Vatirena hamiyaldot et Elokim, but the midwives were God-fearing. V'lo asu ka'asher diber alehem melech Mitzrayim, and they didn't do according to what the king of Egypt had told them to do. V'tachayena et hayaladim, and they kept the children alive. Vayikra melech Mitzrayim lemiyaldot, and so the king of Egypt called to these midwives. Vayomer lehen, and he said to them, Madu asitan hadavar hazeh, why did you do this thing? V'tachayena et hayaladim, keeping the children alive. V'tomarna hamiyaldot al Paro, and the midwife said to Paro, the Jewish women are not, the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women. They're alive, or they're like animals. Even before the midwife comes to them, they're giving birth. And so God was good to these midwives. And the nation multiplied. Again, they were mighty. And when the midwives were God-fearing, and God made them houses. And Paro commanded his whole nation, saying, any boy that is born, throw him into the Nile River. But all the girls you could keep alive. So now he's involving the whole nation. And a man went from the house of Levi. And he took it from a daughter from Levi. And the woman became pregnant, and she had a son. And she saw that he was a very good child, and she hid him for 3 months. And she couldn't hide him any longer. And she made him a wicker basket, and she coated it with clay and with tar. And she put the child inside it, and she put it in the reeds on the bank of the river. And his sister stood from afar to know what was going to be with him. Meanwhile, the daughter of Paro comes to wash herself on the Nile River, and her maidens were walking with her on the side of the river. And she sees this basket inside among the reeds. And she sent forth her arm or her maid, and she took it. And she opened the basket, and she saw in the boy, and behold, there was a child crying, and she had compassion on him. And she said, this is one of the Hebrew children. And his sister, the baby sister, said to the daughter of Paro, should I call a nursing woman for you from the Hebrew women? And she could nurse this child for you, breastfeed the child for you. And the daughter of Paro said to her, Lechi, go. And the young girl went, and she called the mother of this child. And the daughter of Paro said to her, take this child and get him breastfed for me, and I'll give a reward, I'll pay for it. And the woman takes her child and breastfeeds her own child. And the child grows up, and she brought him to the house of Paro, and the child was like a son to her. Vatikra Shemo Moshe, and she, the daughter of Paro, named the child Moshe. And she said, Ki min hamayim mishitihu, because I drew him out of the water.